If you agree with me and you can say this is a beautiful queen standing up here, let me hear y'all make some noise. See, that's what I'm talking about. All right, she got some family in the building. So again, this is Niyoka, and this month we wanted to focus on Nikki Giovanni, to do a little bit of research and Nikki Giovanni. Y'all can make some noise for Nikki Giovanni, you know? So Niyoka is going to read a poem by Nikki Giovanni entitled Woman. She's going to read it and she's going to give y'all some of her thoughts that she had written down in regards to the poem.
She spun herself into a web, and looking for a place to rest, she turned to him, but he stood straight, declining to be her corner. She tried to be a book, but he wouldn't read. She turned herself into a bulb, but he wouldn't let her glow. She decided to become a woman, and though he still refused to be a man, she decided that it was still all right.
Nikki was going through some stuff.
So not a poem, but a few thoughts of where her poem took my mind. The strength of a woman comes from the inside. We're powerful, we're mighty. We have the courage to put our abilities just a level underneath its capability, just to display the strength of the love we have for a man. My muscle may be bigger than his, but if he be my king, the world will never know, because my pride is not too big. Us women can see the God in our men. Women, I've seen strong, wise women, willing to bear the burdens when their he isn't able, and did it boldly. Women can also see the danger signs, the warning labels on the kryptonite that we lay with every night. Trying to capture the love of a man will make us do some foolish things. We can become so weak that when he wants to leave, we'll still say, I'll plow the fields, I'll plant the seeds, I'll pluck the chickens, I'll feed the cattle. I'll take the load off of you and do whatever it takes to keep you here with me. We'll display our love, whether it's gently handing it over to his hands or forcing it on his lap, letting him know he is who we've chosen to give our love to. You expect him to know that it is precious, a jewel, yet he only sees a pretty, regular stone. We'll even take it back, only to polish it and showing him that it shines. We'll hold it up to the sunlight so he can see how it shines, with hopes that he admire it, to find ourselves only being the one looking up and smiling at it. A love we have for a man, the love that the man no longer wants, that the man no longer adores, the love a man no longer even cares for. If the love is strong, if the love is gone, no matter what the measures are, a woman will take with no shame or no blame. A woman could love, I could love every bone in your body, no matter what. If you choose to leave me, I will not be broken. I will not become incapacitated. I was born with the strength of 1,000 men. A woman's love should never be taken for granted, but because I am a woman, it will all still be all right.
So I guess that's all true, huh? A woman is that strong. Listen, if you love the poem by Nikki Giovanni, let me hear you make some noise. And if you can 100% stand by Niyoka's thoughts on Nikki Giovanni's poem, y'all can make some noise. Nikki Giovanni was born June 7th, 1943, and she was what many people recognize her as someone who defined the black voice, or the voice of the black arts movement. So I did just a little research on them, and I started to realize that they stand for a lot of the same things that the Tour Nation was standing for. This was a group who was very involved during the civil rights, the time of the civil rights movement. They were seated in the nation, so they were a part of a lot of that work, and it was just another way of attacking some of the black issues right here in America, but putting great work on stage and writing great poems, even paint, all performance art and all creative expression. And she was one of the iconic people who gained the recognition for being one who had defined the voice. She had graduated from Fisk University back in 1967. And she did something that I thought was also very interesting. She went back, after she graduated, she went back to Cincinnati, Ohio, and she has started Cincinnati's first, and y'all can make some noise for this, she has started Cincinnati's first Black Arts Festival. Now for me, this makes her even more iconic because some of y'all might not remember this here in Milwaukee, but who remember a thing called African World Festival? Well, African World Festival in the right hands and being governed by the right people would be something that could economically empower our community on a very massive level. I'm talking about it could affect things like the money that comes in could affect education. It can affect our crime rate. It can even affect our personal relationships. When we got more money in our community, people are a lot more happy. You know what I mean? So that means it would be less crime. You know, you probably even saw some of the baby daddy and baby mama issues. I don't know. You know what I mean? But when people are happier, people are happier when there's more money in our community. So it means something to me to look back and see that she had started this festival. She had did something that was really great for her community. So I hope that the Tour Nation and the city of Milwaukee can continue in those types of footsteps where we can be iconic poets, but not just poets, but we can be iconic neighbors, focus on our community. Whether you do poetry, whether you sing, or whether you work in customer service at whatever company, that you allow that your efforts and your actions be something that is intended to make our community better. Please make some noise if you agree that Nikki Giovanni was an iconic individual.